In this video, we are going to see how to create Trello cards from new Typeform responses. So every time a new entry has been received in Typeform, which is a form builder application, then with the details that you have received, you want to create a card in Trello, which is a web-based list making application. Now, how can you do that? For this, you will have to integrate the two applications, and the same thing can be done using Pabbly Connect software. Here your trigger application would be Typeform and your action application would be Trello. Now how can you do this yourself? Integrate and automate this entire process. To understand that, let me take you to my screen. To begin with the process, we are first going to type the URL pabbly.com/connect, and as we do that, here we have reached the landing page of this software. On the right hand side, you can see your two options, sign in and sign up for free. So if you are an existing user, simply click on sign in. If you are a new user, click on this tab sign up. It won't take more than 2 minutes, and also at the time of account creation, you will get 100 free tasks. Now I'm going to click on sign in. And as I do that, here we have reached all applications page. Let's click on access now for Pabbly Connect. And here we have reached the dashboard of this application. Again, on the right hand side, you can see a tab create workflow. Let's click on this, and a dialog box has appeared which is asking us to name this workflow. Now here my objective is that every time a new response is received through Typeform, then automatically with the information received, I should be able to create a Trello card. So let's say that I have created a form for complaints. So every time a complaint is received, then automatically a card would be created with that complaint in Trello. So now I'm going to click on create. And here we have reached another window which has got two extremely important events. One is trigger, another one is action. Triggers and actions are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire automation works. Trigger is when this happens, action says do this. Basically, action here is the response of your trigger application. Now as per this integration, my trigger application which would be Typeform. Let's click on this. Now the trigger event. So this is the event that will make my workflow run, and here it would be new entry. So every time there is a new response received, then automatically this workflow is going to run. Now I'm going to click on connect. So as I do that, here Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with Typeform account. So I'm going to select add new connection, connect with Typeform. Now as I do that, here it is asking me to confirm the account, accept. And here you can see that the authorization has been successful, which basically means that Typeform is now connected with Pabbly Connect. Now let me show you my Typeform account. So this is my Typeform account where I've got a few forms already created. And here I have created this form, complaint register Typeform account. Okay. Complaint register form, and here I have got the following fields: error name, error description, due date, email address, department, and mobile number. If you wish to add more fields, you can use this plus icon. You can create a new form altogether, and then you can add more fields, or you can even delete a few. Now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect. And here I'm going to select this form, which is complaint register form. Let's click on save and send test request. As we do that, it is asking me to do a test submission in the application in order to capture the response here, which basically means that I am supposed to now do a test submission, which means I'm supposed to fill up the form. So I'm going to take you to Typeform account once again. I'm going to first publish this. Now here you can see you have received the link. Let's copy this and open this in a new tab. As we do that, here we are going to fill in the information. First of all, let's say the error name is API error. Okay, the next thing is description. So I'm going to write API not working. The next thing is due date. So when do I want this issue to be all okay? By Feb 15 and 2023. Okay, let's click on OK. Now the email address of the person, let's say it is demouser@pabblytudes.com. Now the department here, let's say it is sales. Okay. So once I have filled in this information, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect. And here let's see if we have received the API response. And yes, we have received the response. So as I take you down here, you can see this is the name of the error. Then again, this here is the description. Then here is the due date. Then again, this here is the email address of the person. And again, as I take you up, here is the department. So we have received the phone number as well, and we have received everything. Once we have received this information, now I wish to create a Trello card with this. So my action application here would be Trello. Let's click on this. Now the action event here would be to create a card. Since I'm creating a plain card, I'm going to select this one with plain type description. Let's click on connect. Now Pabbly Connect is again asking to connect itself with the Trello account. I've already logged into my Trello account. I'm going to select add new connection. And now to set up this connection, we need a username, API key and token. So once you have logged into your Trello, you have to click on this hyperlink. As you do that, first of all, this here is your API key. So I'm going to copy this, go back to Pabbly Connect and paste this over here. Let's go back, and here you can see there is a hyperlink token. As you click on this, you will get the username. This here is the username. Let's copy this, go back to Pabbly Connect, paste this over here. And again, as I take you down here, you can see a tab allow. As I click on this, this here is my token. So I'm going to copy this, go back to Pabbly Connect and paste this over here. Let's click on save. And now here we can see that Trello is now connected with Pabbly Connect. Now I'm going to take you to my Trello account. So this here is my Trello account. And here you can see these are the various boards. This here is my Trello account. And this is my workspace, and within this workspace there are various boards. And as I open a board, let's say I'm going to open customer complaints. This is a board that I have created. These are the various lists: complaints, typeform responses, general complaints. These are the various lists. You can create another list by clicking on this tab, and within these lists we are creating different cards. Either you can create a card right from here. In this integration, we are creating a card automatically with the information received through Typeform. So I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect and let's select the board, which is customer complaints. As I do that, see the list ID has already been acquired. So we have got two options and we are going ahead with complaints Typeform responses. Now we have to map this information. What is mapping? Mapping means that I already have this information in the previous step and I'm just going to retrieve it here. How? So as I click on this, it is showing me the previous step. Let's click on this. And now the name was API error. So here this is the name. Then the description. So again I'm going to do the same. As I click on this, I'm shown the previous step and here is the response, and then we have API error, API not working. So this here is our description. So why is it important to map? So that every time the workflow runs, it is not stuck with the manually written data and it can take new data into consideration. Next is the position of the card. Where do you want it to be placed? Top, bottom. So I want it to be at the top. Then if you have any member ID, you can paste it over here, or you can retrieve the member ID by taking this action step, list board members. Then similarly, you can have the label ID. I'm going to leave this blank. Next is the due date. Now the due date that we have received here, let me show you. So the due date that we have received here is in this format: year, month and date. But it is asked in a different format: month, date and year, which basically means that now we have to change the format, for which I'm going to use a feature by Pabbly, which is date time formatter. Let's click on this and the action event here would be format date only. Let's click on connect. Now here I'm going to map the date that is supposed to be formatted. Let's go down. Here is the date and the from format would be year, month and date. And the to format here would be month, date and year, which is this. Okay, let's click on save and send test request. And here we have received the information. Now I'm going to connect this once again by selecting the existing connection. As we go down, here is the due date. So I'm going to go to step 2 and this here is the date. So we have received the date in the same format. Now if you want to add a URL, you can add it over here or map the same. I'm going to simply click on save and send test request. And now here you can see that we have received API response, according to which a card must be created in Trello. And yes, here you can see that a card has been created. Let's see the details. So the due date is February 15th. What time? 5:30 a.m. Then what is the description? API not working. The name of the error is API error. This is in which list? Complaints Typeform responses. Okay, so we have received this information, and once this is done, this basically means that our integration process is a success. But we also need to check the same in real time. So I'm going to go back to Typeform. Here I'm going to copy this once again, open this in a new tab, and I'm going to fill up this form once again. So let's say the error name this time is data issue. This is the error name. What is the error description? So data not received. Okay, then we have the due date. Let's say it is 14th Feb. So I'm choosing February 14th 2023. And then next thing is email address. So let's say it is testuser@pabblytutes.com. And then we have the department. Let's say it is finance department. Okay, now the mobile number is okay. So the moment I have submitted this form, what should happen? Automatically with the details received, a Trello card must be created. So let's go back to Trello, and yes, here you can see date issue has been created, which basically means that our information, our integration is a complete success. Now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect to understand what we have done. So this is an extremely easy two-step integration process where our trigger application is Typeform, the event is new entry. Then our action application was Trello, where we had to create a card with plain text type description. To change the format of the date, we had used a feature by Pabbly, which is datetime formatter. I hope this is absolutely clear to you. If in case you have any doubt, you can refer to the workflow which is given in the video description. You can also clone the same and start to process immediately. Apart from this, if you have any specific integration to work on, you can always write to us. Not only this, but you can integrate multiple applications using Pabbly Connect software. To ask any of your query, you have to write at forum.pabbly.com. You can also visit our website, which is www.pabbly.com/connect. To get all the details about the latest updates, the integrations and applications, you can visit our Facebook group. If in case you have found this video helpful, then do not forget to share this with your friends and colleagues so that they can also get into automation and make their life easy. I'm going to see you very soon with different integrations and automations. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Take care of yourself.